Hello everybody, my name is Chooch1080. Thank you so much for joining my channel today. It means so much to me. We are, as always, continuing the playthrough of XCOM2. Before we begin, I've got an apology to make. I lost a whole bunch of my recordings. I had 2 episodes recorded. I don't know where they went. They got fucked up in the exporting process. I'm so sorry. Only things that we missed, I destroyed an alien black site, and I got access to this black goo. Unfortunately, y'all can't see it. I'm sorry about that, but ultimately, it's not that big of a loss. The aliens are getting closer to completing the Avatar project. We gotta stop them. We gotta get access to South Africa, and then we'll be able to blow up a facility there that is giving them a bunch of credit towards completing this project. First things first, we're gonna take care of this sabotage mission. But yeah, I'm sorry that you guys didn't get to see it. You didn't miss a whole lot. A couple of units got promotions. Pretty much nothing has changed. Oh, my voice is cracked there. Pretty much nothing has changed. Still business as usual. But you didn't get to see those episodes, and I do feel bad about that. But I do apologize. Pardon me 1 second as I cough.
Deployed. Sky Ranger deployed. In position for deployment.
Sorry about that. But yeah. I'm having a blast with this series. I really do hope that other people are enjoying it as well. You know, this is something I wanted to do for a long time. You know, make these Let's Play videos. I really got the inspiration to just go ahead and do it with the previous job that I had. I used to work in QA for a AAA developer. I'm going to keep their name close to the vest just because I will probably speak critically of them at some point, and it's just a bad idea to shit talk, and I'm not going to shit talk them, but like, it's a bad idea to talk badly about a previous employer regardless of your status, whether or not you're going to be working for them again at some point. It's just a bad idea. It's not something you should do. And again, I'm not going to shit talk them, but I also don't want to throw any unintentional shade their way. But I do want to talk about some of the things that I experienced while working for that company. I absolutely loved working in QA. I really didn't think it was going to be a good fit for me. Before working in QA, I worked in sales and advertising. You know, I was working in marketing, and that's where, you know, my brain was, and that's how I thought that, you know, how I would see things. Like, it's just where I always felt like I was going to end up. But I got this job working at QA for this publisher, and it was surprisingly fun, and it made me think about things in ways that I never thought before, if that makes any sense. Like, it made me get very creative in a way. You know, testing the games that I was working on, and like,
Roger that.
you know, you wouldn't expect it to be something that would require a whole lot of creativity, but believe me, like, you need to get very creative when you're testing a game, because of just the number of ways a game can break. It requires a lot of thought process, and like, I did things in that job that I had never done before. I had never done any sort of editing, and I mean, I'm sure someone in the comments can be like, oh, well, the editing you've done for these videos sucks ass. And I mean, you're not wrong. you're definitely not wrong. But I mean, it's something I've never done before. It's not something I went to school for, but it's something I really enjoyed doing. You know, working as a tester, you have to be able to, you know, problem solve in ways that you know, aren't quote unquote normal, aren't what you would expect. You know, like, you know, one of the toughest bugs that I got entered into our system was a bug in which the endurance mechanic that we had in the game, the way that it was applying debuffs to the player was completely broken. I was working on, I guess you would call it like the supreme difficulty version of the game. It was getting released after the game had come out. We didn't have it pre-launch, like the updated difficulty got added post-launch, and working on that project specifically, you know, I just became aware of like the way that endurance debuffs were getting applied was not correct. The math wasn't adding up, and I had to, and it took me like 3 weeks, I think, to get everything actually entered in the system. But like the way the math was not adding up, like how this debuff was getting applied, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like it's not possible that this is working this way. So I had to take my time with it, and it was fulfilling when I finally got everything figured out. When I was able to, you know, sit down and, you know, show these developers like this is the equation in the hard code of the system and why it's wrong. And I don't know, like I wouldn't expect something like that to be overly fulfilling, but it was surprisingly fulfilling being able to do things like that. Being able to you know, challenge my brain to think in that kind of way. I really enjoyed it.
I'm doing something.
No problem, boss.
No. Okay, it's just a turret. It's just a turret. We can walk around it. I tell you what.
Seems doable.
I'll just have you jump back here, because I can probably have this unit here take cover there.
Let's move already.
And get this kill. Really? Really? A 90% chance to hit this target. Oh, thank God. So what just happened there was the weapon upgrade, the hair trigger,
My ammo's running low.
procced, and it allowed him to take a free action, which got the kill.
Got it.
But he should have gotten that kill regardless, because you had a 90% chance to hit that fucking target. Goddamn moron. But anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Got it covered.
Something I recommend to people is not lower your expectations, but have appropriate expectations
I can handle
for the work you're going to be doing.
Scanning.
If you're going to get into QA testing,
Copy. Moving on target.
your job is not to play video games.
Scanning.
Your job is to test video games. And that might sound like a duh type of statement, but
Reload it.
there's an important distinction between those two things.
On the move.
You would never play a video game the way that you need to test a video game.
Overwatch.
And if you knew someone like that, they would be a crazy person. Like, a literal assignment that you literally need to do if you're going to be testing video games is walk into a room, pick up a quest-related item, pick it up, bring it into a different room, put it down, and repeat that process 30 times. And that might sound monotonous, because it fucking is. You know, that might sound boring, because again, it fucking is. But it is extremely important. the reason you need to do those things is because doing that shit in the past has broken something. Something major.
On it.
And you would have no way of understanding that if you didn't do it. So when you get assignments like that, it's super important that you don't just brush them to the side and, you know, half-ass them, so to speak. Because it's not your experience that's on the line. Because again, you're not there to play that game. You are there to test that game.
Whatever you say.
And you're testing it for the benefit of the consumer. You know, ultimately it's the consumer's experience that is going to be diminished by, it will diminished or enhanced by the amount of work you put into
Affirmative.
testing the games that you are
Move into fire position.
that you are assigned to. It's 100% your work that determines the quality of that game. And that's a lot of responsibility.
Hostile target down.
Let's do this.
Let's see if we can kill all these guys right now. Woohoo! Yeah! But yeah,
Keep it score.
I recently had a pretty cool conversation with a YouTuber who, again, I will keep to myself. But he's pretty popular. Because I had worked in QA for the company that I work for, and I had a really cool conversation with this guy. And
Come get some.
working in QA has really made me reevaluate the way that
Good
I
guard.
give
Affirmative.
praise
Covering now.
to
Do this on Overwatch.
creative projects, you know what I
ready.
mean?
Affirmative. Covering now.
You know, by that I mean, like, when you watch a movie,
Ready to engage.
the person who is going to receive the credit for that film
Position confirmed.
is going to be the director. But
Overwatch.
not a lot of people really understand what a director's job is. A director's job isn't
Moving to Overwatch.
writing
Enemy movement
or
ahead.
editing or, you know, design or things like that. That's not a director's job.
On the move.
They oversee these things. They direct the people whose jobs it is to do these things. But their job is not that. Their job is, again, you know, the overseeing and direction of these people.
I'll try to get control.
And it's true in video games as well. You know, when a game comes out, you'll hear people, you know, like what's it called? You'll hear like games journalists and things like that say like, oh, like credit the developers for like everything that went on in the production of the video game, but
Moving to
who are they talking about when they say the developer? Are they talking about the writer? Because the writer is a developer. Are they talking about the voice acting? Because they're on the development team as well. They're not a developer, but they're on the development team. You know, like, who is being credited and why are they being credited is something that I've thought about a lot more attentively recently.
Armor still holding.
You know, I sincerely can't remember ever hearing a games journalist. God, my fucking
negative
game
damage.
sucks so much ass. I can't remember the last time I heard a games journalist credit the QA team for a project.
Target eliminated.
I don't know that that is that that's something that happens.
Overwatch.
But
Got it covered.
if you hear what sounds like a flood
Ready to go.
in the background,
Loading covered.
it's just the
It's
the
killing
water
time.
pipes laundry.
Moving to Overwatch.
As I was saying, like I don't remember the last time I heard
Ready to
a
roll.
games
Come
journalist
on
like credit the QA team, but I've definitely heard them
I'm on
criticize
it.
the QA team. You know,
Affirmative.
the number of bugs that the
Here
QA
I
team
come.
finds is astronomical, but the number of bugs that gets talked about in the press are really like 2 or 3. You know, the public will find only a handful of bugs that exist in the game, and the bugs that they usually find are bugs that were entered by QA, but developers decided not to fix, because it is actually impossible with the current model of, you know, game design to fix every bug that exists in a game before it comes out or before launch or things like that. It's literally impossible. You cannot do it. You know, you would think that you would be able to do it, but you really, really
I'm
can't.
going.
You only have so much time, so much money to get these things done. And you know, at some point something has to give. And usually it's, well, we will get by with XYZ bug in the system, we will get by with, you know, yada yada yada. But the ones that they can't cheat, essentially, the ones that like people are going to see are the bugs that are the ones that get fixed.
On the move.
The game that I was working on got slammed in the press for bugs that were in the system. Oh, well, I mean, for bugs that people were like reporting on. But like, what? And I mean, I couldn't say it because I had an NDA and things like that. But like, the bugs that these people were talking about were bugs that we knew about. They were entered in the system. They just did not get fixed. So
Target eliminated.
the QA team ends up getting railed because of work that we appropriately did. That's an expectation that you definitely should have, is understand that you will be unfairly criticized. And it can be a little frustrating, but the work that you do is absolutely important to the development process.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Crucial.
I need you. Who's not in that kit?
That sucks.
That all you got? Whatever you say.
One last thing I'll say is if you're looking to get into QA, understand 2 things. One, you're going to get hired as a contractor. That's just a guarantee. You will get hired as a contractor. The second thing is if you're looking to get into QA to make a career out of
Want some
video
more?
games, because you want to get into like
Try out ammo.
developing and things like that, more than likely it won't happen. I knew so many people who were in QA and who have been there for like 10 years
On your order.
And, you know, these were people who wanted to be, they wanted to be, you know, art designers and you know, coders and testers, or coders and whatnot. But the odds of that happening are very, very slim. Oh, nice. We stunned there.
Roger that.
Just have to stun. We have a better chance to shoot him. Apparently not.
Target's still up.
There we go. We got the kill. But yeah, those are just
Neutralized. Evidence located.
Status confirmed. All
just a couple of
down and the area is secure.
things to
Status
expect.
confirmed. Mission
You know, if you're looking
accomplished.
to get into QA, things to expect. And yeah, I'll probably talk a little bit more in the future about like what I liked, what I didn't like working in QA. And we kicked some ass there. Only one unit got injured, and I think she was only barely hurt. It was the unit that got strangled. She took like 3 points of damage, so she might be out for like a week, maybe. We'll see. I also think maybe she got a promotion too.
If we keep this up, the aliens don't stand.
Nope, she didn't get a promotion, but the other guy did. She's out for 2 weeks? Really? So yeah, this is the DPS class specialist. You saw him, like, his combat protocol thing, it just like discharges, is a guaranteed hit. So the difference between scanning and field medic, the scanning protocol, I believe it doesn't break concealment, and it shows like a huge area of effect locator so we can see where the enemy is. It's not the most useful thing in the world. Field medic I think is better, but scanning protocol can be pretty useful to avoid walking into a trap. And she's shaken. No big deal. She'll get over it. But yeah, successful mission. I'm going to save so that I have got that taken care of. We will say that this is real time, so that we've got that save and we know what went down. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. If you could do me a favor and like and subscribe, it helps me out a whole lot. I super appreciate it. I'm having a blast with these videos. If you guys are too, leave me a comment down there and I will definitely read it and respond because I appreciate the feedback. And yeah, until I make the next video, I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.